Okay, so tonight for dinner, it's Monday night. I planned on barbecue chicken tonight, but instead we're gonna have a sheet pan dinner because today ended up being really busy. So I'm gonna show you how I'm doing it. Never made this before, so I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. No recipe, no nothing. We're gonna test it out together. So I have just like quartered a bunch of like little potatoes, probably like half a pound, I'd say. And I think I'm gonna pop these into a 375-degree oven at first by themselves because I want to make sure those get done. I just sprayed them with a little bit of avocado oil, and then I'm gonna toss them with this Kinder's garlic butter seasoning. Look at my handwriting, it looks terrible. But this stuff is our favorite. We get it from Sam's, and it's just so flavorful. So we'll sprinkle that all over it, and I'll show you when we get to the next step. Okay, the potatoes have been there probably about 10 minutes. They're already getting a little soft, so onto the touch. So now I've added one large zucchini and then half of a diced up onion, just kind of for like the aroma. And I'm waiting on a bag of thin green beans to add on top of this that are frozen that I'm cooking. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and put this in for about 5 minutes by itself and then add those thin green beans and then let that continue to cook. And then for the last about 10 minutes or so, I'll probably add on the shrimp and the kielbasa. I just also wanted to add really quick, I use turkey kielbasa. We prefer the flavor than smoked sausage. We don't really love the smokiness of that. And we also prefer the turkey kielbasa over like the beef. It's just not as fatty. It just tastes a lot better to us. Okay, I added the thin green beans, and that's been in the oven for just a little bit. I'm sorry, you hear my children in the background. Okay, she's okay. She's just playing. I was making sure. She likes to say ow. Even when a dog licks her, she says ow. But I added a bag of these fine green beans on there. I probably didn't add the whole bag. Probably just 3/4 of the bag, I would say. And now I'm about to add the shrimp and kielbasa and show you that. Okay, there we go. That is 1 pound of small size shrimp. I usually like a bigger shrimp, but the small's okay. And then a whole turkey kielbasa. And I seasoned those off the pan because I didn't think the stuff on the pan needed any more seasoning. So I'm gonna put that in the oven, let it cook until the shrimp are cooked through because the potatoes are done. I just want them to crisp up. Let them cook until the shrimp are done. I'm assuming probably 10 to 12 minutes. And then I'll probably make a pouch of rice to go with this, and we should have plenty left over for Jonathan's lunch as well. It's gonna be so good, I think. Oh my goodness, look at the steam coming off this. It looks so good. I did pop it under broil for like just a couple minutes just to get like some crust, I guess, on the shrimp and stuff and the potatoes. But it looks so good. We're waiting on Jonathan to get home. I think I'm gonna heat up a pouch of rice, like the chicken flavored rice, but that's dinner for Monday night. Okay, I'm currently making my Jonathan's plates because I just made the girls. And these potatoes on the sheet pan dinner are literal perfection. Like, look at the crust, but they're so soft. See? They're so good. We're having ours with a little bit of garden vegetable rice. And I think I'm gonna try some like yum yum sauce on it. Shrimp sauce, whatever you call it. We call it shrimp sauce, but I found this kind. I really want to taste it. So that's my little bowl. Got rice under it, then the veggies and the meat. It's gonna be so delicious. A perfect, easy Monday night dinner. Okay, it's time for Tuesday night dinner. While I'm editing this, I thought I would add, please excuse my appearance in the next clip. I am sick, and that was as good as it was getting that day. But enjoy the recipe. Okay, tonight to dinner, we're breaking out the crock pot. I just got the new one. I showed it in my little Target haul, which will be up before this video. But I got it in there, and let me show you. Okay, so I'm using boneless, skinless chicken thighs. This is the new crock pot, super cute. We needed a small one because we really don't eat that much out of the crock pot. So I got the small one. I used a bag because barbecue sauce makes a mess. And I'm gonna use this no sugar added Sweet Baby Ray's whatever barbecue sauce. We really like this kind, even though it doesn't have sugar in it. It's really good. I'll show you the back of it. Like 15 calories. It tastes delicious. So I'm gonna put this on top of those chicken thighs, and I'll also season them with that garlic butter Kinder seasoning and some ranch powder. And I'm probably gonna put it on high for about 2 hours because it's already
3:30, and that way it'll be ready when Jonathan gets home and gets ready to eat. So I'll show you that when it gets done.
Okay, now here's our side. Just listen to this cheese, y'all. Look at that cheese. Oh my gosh, it looks so delicious. And that's dinner, just some Instant Pot macaroni and cheese, barbecue chicken thighs, and green beans. One of our favorites. Okay, for our third dinner this week, we are making garlic, butter, and herb sliders. So we're going to start by preheating the oven to 350 degrees. And then I had the avocado spray there because I was going to grease the pan, but I forgot to. But it's okay. You're going to take a pack of Hawaiian rolls and split them down the middle. And then you're going to take mayo and spread that all over the bottom rolls. And then also going to top with a little bit of mustard. These are so good. I usually make them for the holidays, but they're perfect for a summer dinner outside, which is what we did. And they're so delicious. But they're great to take to any game day party, just any potluck or anything. I usually make a double batch, but since it was just us for supper, I just made one batch. So I slathered the bottom in mayonnaise. I just put a little bit of mustard because I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I feel like it adds a little bit of flavor to this. And then I just spread that in all over. And then we're going to put on the ham. I used a 9-ounce package of ham. And I just kind of lay it all over, which you'll see in a second. That way it just covers evenly throughout the rolls. These are something Jonathan always asks for. I even made them on his birthday because we did like appetizers for his birthday. And this was definitely a must for that. And everybody loved them. They're such a crowd pleaser. And the kids even loved them, which is so good. And I really liked them for supper. This is the first time we had them for supper. So as you see, I'm just layering that ham all over. And then I debated using the whole package or not. But I just went ahead and went for it because we don't usually eat ham sandwiches at our house. Now we're going to add on some white American cheese. It takes about 5 slices. Just lay them evenly and then split that last slice in half, and it melts so beautifully. And then you're going to take your top buns and go ahead and lather those too with the same mayonnaise and mustard like you did the bottom of it with. And then you're going to try to put them on there evenly, which I feel like never happens. Then you're going to take a half a stick of butter, put it in a little microwave safe dish, and you're going to microwave that. And I usually actually use a half a stick for 2 batches, so I kind of wish I would have used a quarter stick because I did have some left over. So I would say if you're going to do 1 batch like I'm doing, excuse my stuffy nose, then I would go with a quarter stick of butter. And then you're going to use probably a tablespoon of the Kinder's garlic butter seasoning, but again, cut that in half if you're only going to do 1 batch because I had some left over. And you're going to get a little silicone brush and baste that all over the top, and make sure you get it all in the crevices, on the sides and everything, and get it all buttery and delicious. Now that that's buttery and delicious, let's place it in a 350 degree oven for about 12 to 15 minutes until melted. While that's baking, I just put some corn in the Instant Pot with some water, about the other half of that stick of butter, and then I put it on manual pressure and made sure it was on sealing for 3 minutes, and it made the most perfect corn. Now let me show you how I chop my watermelon. This is my favorite way to do watermelon. Oh, I'm admiring how sharp my new knife is. But this is my favorite way to do watermelon because I feel like you waste the least, and it gets it in the perfect little cubes to put in your refrigerator. That way you can just grab it all week. So you slice off each end, slice it horizontally down the middle, and then you're just going to peel it as though you would be peeling, I don't know, if you're cutting an orange that way and peeling it, like, you know, you segment an orange. You're going to do it that way and keep going around until that's all done. Now I'm just getting a bowl out to put all my scraps in, just to make it easier. We just take those outside at our house because watermelon scraps make your trash bag very heavy, and we live in the woods, so we can do that. So now you're just going to slice your watermelon into thin slices like that, then slice it horizontally down the middle, and then cube it up, and you have the best cubes of watermelon you can just grab from. Put them in a container just like I'm about to do in your fridge, and then I chop up the bigger pieces just to make sure they're all chopped finely, and I'm obsessed with that new knife. And then I snuck a piece of watermelon because you can't cut it without sneaking it, am I right? Now you just repeat that process all over again, and that easy, you have a big chopped watermelon all ready for your fridge with minimal waste, which is the best part, because why are you going to spend $5 to $8 on a watermelon just to cut most of it away? So there we go. I hope you love that way to cut your watermelon. Here are our beautiful sandwiches pulled from the oven, all melted. You're just going to cut the lines in between the sandwiches, and you're ready to serve them. They are so delicious and so gooey and melty, and the mayonnaise just gives him such a sweetness to them. Well, at least Duke's mayonnaise does, because, I mean, I'm from North Carolina. That's all we use, honestly. So I'm just going to cut this piece out, show it to you, and look, oh my gosh, look how cheesy this is when I pull it up. And just how good that looks. Oh gosh, they are so delicious. The bottom gets crispy and the top's all salty and buttery. And that's our supper. And look at Caitlin. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. If y'all recreate any of this, please tag me. I would love to see it. And I'm so happy you joined. If you liked my video, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. Just come join our family.